Everyone, today we are going to build our own coding agent. So this is how it will look like. I just took a screenshot when preparing. So we will interact with this agent. Our prompt will be as simple as to-do list. And then at the end, we will have an application like that, completely created by an agent. So we're going to create a Django application because I am more a Python person than JavaScript person. I know Python better than JavaScript. That's why we will do Python stuff here today. This workshop is actually a part, this is something I'm doing in preparation for a course. Actually, links for all these things that I'm talking about, you can find here under this video. So you can see if you just click on the description. First link is workshop materials. This is this website that I showed you, link GitHub page. This GitHub page contains all the instructions we need today. So this is what I will be following along, and you can follow along with me too. Then the second link, I'll tomorrow be doing a more advanced workshop also about coding agents, so you can check it out. I will also explore other libraries, so you can sign up here too for free. And then the last link is AI Dev Tools course. So this is going to be a free course that we are launching soon, where we will talk about AI productivity tools. And this workshop today is actually a part of this course. So I'm preparing some materials already for this course. You can sign up for this course here. And in this course, we're talking about how developers can become more productive with AI. And we already did one video. It's something I should share here too. It's on our YouTube channel. Let me quickly find it. Yeah, streams. I should have prepared the link. Yeah, introduction to vibe coding. Here it is. So I will put it to live chat here, and I will also put it in the description. So there we talked about different AI productivity tools, including Cursor. Let me just quickly put in workshop. So this workshop where we talked about different productivity tools like ChatGPT, like Cursor, I also talked about tools like Lovable. So this workshop is going to be like module 1 of the course, and the workshop we're doing right now, building a coding agent, will be like, I don't know, maybe module 3 or module 4. And what I want to start with is this wonderful tool, Lovable. Lovable can create really good applications. Like we can just tell it to build a to-do list. You don't need to do this. I just want to show you that there are tools like that. So what we are going to do today is we're going to try to reproduce, to create something similar. Of course, we will not be able to create Lovable in one evening. Yeah, whatever. To-do list. We will not be able to create Lovable in one evening, but still we want to try to reduce some of this functionality. In particular, so what Lovable is doing, it has some sort of project template. And when I give it a prompt to-do list, it, you see it's doing some things. So it's planning, and then now it's editing some files. So it has some predefined structure, predefined template. It's a React application. And now it's going through this template, and it knows, okay, I need to change this, and these files. So right now it's changing the styles, right? And then, yeah, as I see, it is taking some time. So actually, probably everyone heard about GPT-5. Maybe this is something we can try today too. I have not tried it. So today we are going to use GPT-4o mini, but maybe at the end we will see if our application, if our agent becomes better if we switch to GPT-5. This will be bonus material. I have not tested it. I just thought about this because Lovable switched to GPT-4 already. Yeah, It takes some time. I think with the other model, it was faster. Yeah, maybe because it is GPT-5. Okay, what I'm going to do right now is I'll just let it do its things because it takes a bit of time. I don't want to spend time on that right now. Why there are so many videos? Okay, I will close it. Oh, did it just make a sound? Okay. So yeah, it finished while I was getting distracted. Mm, and yeah, we can just, so we already have an application and milk, X, AI agent. Okay, yeah, looks like working. So I already have milk and X. I need to implement the AI agent today. That's the plan. I see already a question in the chat. What is the difference between an agent and a chatbot? Agent has access to tools. And this is what we should start this workshop with. Actually talk about the difference between chat and agent. For that, I am going to create a completely fresh environment. So I'm going to use Codespaces. You can just use your local computer. All you need to have for this workshop is Python and the key to OpenAI. So you need to have an OpenAI account. So let me create a new code space. Of course, you can also use code spaces. For me, it's convenient because I start with a fresh environment, so you can clearly see what kind of things I actually execute. So then for you, it's easier to reproduce what I do. Yeah, but you don't have to use code spaces. You can use whatever you want. And I also use Visual Studio Code. So I'm going to just click here, open in Visual Studio Code. Usually need to click multiple times. I don't know why. If you're wondering how I did this, I just created an empty repository with just README. Then I clicked here, and then I created a new code space. Right. So right now I'm trying to open it in Visual Studio Code. Yeah, I'm connecting. So right now I will have a fresh environment. I see some people from here in the live chat who attended the workshop yesterday. There I was showing this thing in more details. But yeah, this is not really important. So all you need to do is to have Python and OpenAI key. I already have OpenAI key configured in this code space. And for you, if you want to do the same, where is, I'm going to close that thing. So in the workshop that I shared the link to, so there is instructions how you can set up GitHub Codespaces. And also in case you use your own laptop, you need to put your key in the environment variable. So you just copy the key from the platform. I think it's platform openai.com, right? And you you just open Jupyter or whatever. Okay, so let me see it finished. So I need to install a bunch of things. So I'm just going to copy it. So I need to install Jupyter, Django, UV, and OpenAI. So Jupyter is, you probably know what Jupyter is, interactive Python environment. Django is the website, how can I say, engine or framework, I think, that allows to build websites in Python. UV is a package manager, and OpenAI is the OpenAI SDK, a way to access OpenAI from Python. Okay, we have installed all the libraries, and the next thing I want to do is to start Jupyter, because I want to answer the question we had here in the live chat. What is the difference between agents and a chatbot? Jupyter notebook. The main difference between them is that chatbot is simply you send an LLM a message, go away, you send an LLM a message and it replies with generated code from LLM. But agents can use tools. We define these tools and agents can make use of these tools. And this is the difference between agents and chatbots. You will see right now an example. So I'm just going to open the browser. So I need to copy this thing. Cool. Now I'm starting a new notebook. Yeah, we can just call it United, doesn't matter. Untitled. So the first thing I want to check is if my OpenAI key was installed correctly. So I just do from OpenAI, import OpenAI, and I do OpenAI like that. So it did not throw any errors. It means that it's configured successfully. What you can also do, if for some reason some things don't work, you can just put your API key right here, but be sure you don't accidentally commit this notebook to GitHub. Because if you do, somebody will be able to use your key to do some things. Right? Okay, so OpenAI works. Now, what we will do is I want to show you a quick example. So first is we're going to create this OpenAI client. So this is the thing that we use for interacting with OpenAI. And let me move it here so I don't need, so it's easier for me to jump back and forth. And this piece of code, what it's doing is this kind of has this chatbot functionality. So imagine, so I go to ChatGPT and tell me a joke about Alexei. And then here's the joke. So this is a simple chatbot, so there is no agentic stuff happening. So this is what we can do here. So the system prompt is the behavior we want to see from the agent, or here, just simple chatbot. We say you can make funny and original jokes, right? So this is what we expect from the chatbot to do. And then tell me a joke about Alexei this is what I put here in the chat, right? And the way we do it, we put everything in these chat messages and send it to OpenAI. And here we say that we want to use for O Mini. The reason I use for O Mini is it's cheap, very cheap. And like when I do experiments, I cannot even see how much I paid for these experiments on my dashboard because it's not showing up. It's less than a cent. So it's super cheap. But then we can also see the response, which is it text output or output text? Yeah. So now the joke it came up with, why did Alexei bring a ladder to the bar? Because he heard the drinks were on the house. Sorry, I'm still a bit sick. I might sometimes pause because, yeah, I wanted to cough a little. Anyways, so this is what we have. So this is a simple chatbot, right? So the question was, what is the difference between chatbot and an agent? An agent can use tools. So imagine we have a tool, and what we mean by a tool is a simple function. So the function looks like that. So the function can make jokes, right? So there are a few predefined jokes. The function takes in a name and then selects randomly the joke and puts the name, right? So this is the output of this joke. Did you hear about Alexei's bakery businesses on a roll? Okay, so I guess it's funny. Right, and what we can do now is instead of relying on LLM to make a joke, we rely on this function. I'm not saying this function makes better jokes, maybe LLM actually makes them better, but the point here is to show that we have a function is doing something, and then LLM can decide to invoke this function. So this is how it looks like. First of all, we need to show, to describe the function. So we have this function, make joke, right? We know what it's doing because we have written it, but LLM does not. So for the LLM, we need to describe, to have some sort of description of this function. We need to say that This is function. This is the name of this function. This is what the function is doing. It generates a random personalized joke. And then we also describe the parameters, right? So this is a structured description of this function. And when we say, now we can turn our chat bot into an agent by saying that, hey, there are some tools that you can use. And well, there is just one tool, make joke, and we give it a description. You say, okay, there is a, if you want, if you think it's necessary, you can invoke this function. You can decide to invoke this function. And it's not up to us, it's up to an LLM. It's up to the agent to decide, okay, now I want to execute this function. It executes or it doesn't execute, it just, no, let me just show you. So now the response when we include tools looks like that. So there is output. So, and then it says a response, well, basically this is a decision of LLM to invoke a function. What we can also say in the system prompt, if you need to use a tool, explain why, right? So then we modify this and we add some sort of reasoning to the agent. So the agent, well, yeah, it doesn't actually do this here, but well, let's change this. Whenever you want to use a provided function, think about the reasons and explain them. Maybe this one will work better. Okay. Did I actually? Yeah, funny. Well, maybe it just decides that it's not important to do this, I guess. Let me try it with GPT-4, GPT-5. I have not done this. I think I'm spending too much time on this because what I wanted to do is just to give you an overview of what agents are. So ChatGPT, GPT-5 takes a bit of time to think. Right now, it's doing the reasoning thing. Okay, anyways, the point is LLM decided to invoke a function. It gave us this, it says, okay, now we invoke this function and pass the results back to the LLM, and then LLM processes the results and shows the output. So this is what makes it agentic, because it's because of this ability, its ability to use tools. So we provided different tools, and in our particular case, we will provide tools to interact with the file system. The file system is I don't know, files, the Django template that we will build. It takes forever. Like, what is it thinking about? Like, is it writing a poem or what? Anyways, I think you got the point, right? So LLMs, agents are LLMs that can can use tools. We just give them tools, a list of tools, and then they can use them. Okay, I will not spend time on that one. I'll figure this out later. Maybe by the time we finish doing what we are doing, it will end up finish whatever. Right now, what we want to do is to create a Django template. So we want to create a simple Django project, simple Django template, and we will base whatever we do on this template. So what we will do is simply copy this folder with the template to a new folder, and then let the agent work on this folder. So that's we are going to do this. Okay, so I'll just create a new folder in the Django template. I'm going to cd to that folder, and I see that comment that you thought we would be using UV, and now it's the time to do this. We'll do UV init. So we initialized simple project. We don't need this main. I'm just going to remove it. Next thing we do is we create a Django project. I don't. Why is this? Let me stop it. I'll just do this stuff. Okay, that's better. Because I don't know how much money I just spent on this one. Hope I'll still be able to pay for this apartment. Yeah. What am I doing here? Yeah, Django deployed. So UV add Django. Yeah, right. The next step is install Django. I think I already did this. When I did pip install Django, but yeah, here we will have Django inside the virtual environment. Then we will execute this command. So this command creates an empty project in the current directory, and the project is called my project. Because it's a template, we don't need to get creative with names. It will simply be my project. So we see that now there are files. The important file that we have now is manage, and then this is our project. And then in Django, we have different apps. There could be an app for to-do list. There could be an app for authentication. There could be an app for something else. So right now we will just create an empty app that we will call my app. And you see right now we use this manage.py. So this is a very important Django thing. It's not like we shouldn't really care about that. If you don't know Django, you can just get in started Django. This is a quite good tutorial. If you just follow along, you will learn even more than we need for this workshop. Anyways, we don't need to really know Django because LLM knows Django, so we will just use it. Okay, so now we have this, and now we need to, we have this project. Now we need to we now need to add this to the list of projects we have, which is what we do here. My app. Then the next thing we need to do is to create a template. Templates base HTML. I hope I'm doing it in the right order. Yeah, I skipped makefile, but I'll do this later. So this is the base template. So all the HTML pages that Django will generate will be based on this template. Now let me create this makefile. So makefile just makes it easier to execute some things. So for me, with Django, even though I use it quite often, I don't remember these commands. For me, it's just simpler to write make migrate than trying to remember these commands, right? Or make run. Oh, well, I'll do make run later because we have not finished it. So the next thing we need to do is we just created the template. We need to add these two settings here in this directory, base dir templates. Let me actually check that I'm doing this correctly. Yeah. Then we need to add a simple view. So view is what generates when we send a request. Let's say a get request. This is the logic for processing this request. And the logic is first like it gets the request and then decides to render a template. So in our case, the home HTML template. So we need to create this. Where's my app views? Okay, we don't need this comment. And then for this view, we need here in the project, we have these URLs. We need to tell it that, hey, there is a new view called home. It lives here. And it's coming from my app. Oops. Okay. Yeah. So when we get the request to, here it's empty. It means, just index, right? So empty, nothing after slash. Then it will use this home directory. So the only thing that we still need to do, the last thing to make it work is create a template for home. And this template looks like that. And so this is super simple. I can just do make run. I see now that it created a new, forwarded a new port. Wrong one, sorry. Template does not exist. Did I? Give it templates? Yeah, I think I just need to follow what is actually my app templates home. What's wrong? Template does not exist. Home. That's weird. Let me just stop and start again. Maybe it will help. Okay, yeah, worked. I guess because it didn't know about this directory. That's why. Okay, and for our application, I want to use nice styles. I want to use nice icons. So I want to add here Tailwind CSS, which is a framework for styles, and Font Awesome, which is a thing that can add nice icons. Okay, so that should be enough. So let me see it again. Where is it? Yeah, so now the style is a little different, but yeah. So this will be our application. So actually now I can create me a nice base template for Django. Based on this one, and then I'll just copy this. It's kind of annoying. I don't know that it's thinking all the time. I'm still wondering what I did wrong here, why I was not returning any answer. I'm going to close that. I'm going to close this too. And let me check what it wrote. Wow. Make it simpler. It's still, yeah, I don't know, like to me, ChatGPT 5 is kind of too complicated, no? I liked the previous one a bit more. Yeah, make it simpler. I guess for coding, it's actually good. Yeah, let me see what we got here. So I'm just going to. Did I close it already? Localhost 88. Yeah, because yeah, we have some problems here. So let me just remove this one. Because it was trying to connect to a page that does not exist. Does it still have problems? Let me restart it. Hey, what's the problem? Am I using the wrong port? Of course. Yeah, wrong again. Okay, I think it's reasonably good. We'll just go with this one. Okay, so we have the template ready, and right now what I will do is I will just stop it and create a copy. So cp recursive Django template. So here right now we will do a to-do list. So I'll just do yeah. So now we have this to-do which contains everything we did. So when we want to start a new project, of course we can write a script for that. But for now, I'll just simply copy this to a folder. There was something else I wanted to show you here, right? So here, I stopped here because I was waiting for GPT-5 to reply. So I wanted to show you a tool. This is something we developed together in workshops. These workshops you can find, let me show you. You can find them on our YouTube channel. So they are called, actually, I'll just share this link. So there are some videos where we talked more about agents. I'm just going to share it here. There we built a library that we called Toy AI Kit, or I called it this way. We're just going to import this library to make the interaction with our agent. So I think it's here. So I'm going to import this and execute this line by line. So then you understand what's happening. So first we are doing some imports. I need to install it. Install Toy AI Kit. Cool. So this is just a convenient interface for interacting with OpenAI. It's not a production-ready thing. It's more like for education. But this is something. This is the code we wrote in previous workshops, put together in a library. So it's fairly simple. If you don't need to watch the workshops I mentioned, you can just see this code that we use here. So what we have here is just an interface. First, we are interested in these tools. So there is an object called tools where we can add tools that we want to use. So this is the tool make joke. This is the description. This is how we can edit. And we can get a list of all the tools by using get tools, right? So this is what internally it will execute. And we can start our chat assistant by defining the interface. In our case, it will be running here in Jupyter Notebook, and then a bunch of other things. So let me run it, and I can say, tell me a joke. And now it should ask me which joke. A if I want, so it says if you want a personalized joke, let me know your name. Okay, my name is Alexei. So now it makes a function call, and we see the output of this call, and then here's personalized joke. When Alexei does push up, the earth moves down. Okay. So yeah, this is just a convenient interface to do this interaction I was talking about. So we can see that this thing decided to make a function call. Let me actually, because I was experimenting with the prompt here, it apparently didn't really work. Yeah, let me comment this because all I need right now is the system prompt. Tell me a joke. Original personalized jokes. Tell me a joke. I wanted to invoke the function. Yeah, so right now it says, could you please provide me with a name? I say Alexei. And then now it can invoke a function because I gave it instructions to make it personalized. Alexei walked into the library and asked for a burger. Okay, cool. I hope that brought a smile. Nope. Okay, so this is the interface we're going to use. And right now, I want to use this interface to actually create a coding agent. Because right now, we will need to define the tools for our coding agent. And I closed already Lovable. But in Lovable, we have a template, which was a JavaScript template, right? And then it changed some files. For that, we need some functions, some tools. In particular, the tools we need, they are reading from a file, writing to a file, executing a bash command, getting probably a file tree, and yeah, maybe doing some sort of search like grep. So what I'll do right now is I'll just start a new chat. I'm working on an coding agent, and I need the following functions. I'll say Python functions. The first one is read from a file, write to a file, then search, show the file tree, grep. Grep is searching for something in all the files. What else? Execute a bash command. A bash command. Yeah. Another thing from a text file, maybe to a text file. Just make it explicit that it's text, not. I'm afraid it will come up with something complicated again because it's. Why can I not use the previous models? I can already see. Well, this is actually not that bad. Profile 3. What? Data class. Okay. Make it simpler. Don't use data classes. Yeah, I just wanted to have something simple. But I can see that the code it writes, it's maybe more elaborate compared to GPT-4. Yeah, I guess it's a good thing. But still, I would say it's rather complicated, right? We don't need all these things. Make it simple with minimal amount of parameters. Okay, this was what I actually had in mind, right? So this looks simpler. Okay, so I like it. The next thing I want to do is, so right now we have these things in the directory. So these files, or these commands, they are, yeah, they just expect, they can just work with any file, right? So I want these functions to be able to work only within the directory. So we create a copy of this template, and now we want to write a file within this directory or read from a file within this directory. So what I want to do now is ask it to create a class. The class will take a constructor, the current working directory, and put all these files as all these functions as methods in this class. Now put everything in a class. Take path current work tier, or take the work tier as initialization parameter, and all the operations should be relative to that work tier. Also add doc strings. So for us, doc strings are important because the library, this Toy AI kit, it actually uses doc strings to come up with descriptions of these functions automatically. We don't need to describe each function. Remember the schema that I showed you, the schema. We don't want to manually create these descriptions. So what we wanted to do is actually this library to automatically come up with this for us. So where is it? Coding agent FS. Okay. Um, it looks complicated, but let's just ignore it for now. First, we will just check that it actually works, right? Yeah, it's kind of slow. I must admit that. So, Rafael, to your point that I need to check it in the settings, so you mean that there is a tick box somewhere to enable old models? I mean, I think it's okay. Let's just test it. So how should we name this file? FS separations? Yeah, let's do something like this. So I'll create a file, fs ops.py, and I'll put it all here. Because we are going to debug it, so I don't know if the code we just got from ChatGPT is actually working code. I want to use this little thing, where it is, here, this thing. So this will allow us to, when I import this library and I make some changes in the library, it will automatically reload this. To import fsops. Right, so now I have this thing, fsops, coding agent, and then what does it take in init work directory? So in our case, this is to do, right? I'll call it fsops agent, perhaps all tools, whatever. And now let's see if it works. So first I want to see file tree. Or do I need to print this? Yeah, I think it's a little complicated. So what I would ask it to do is, instead of doing that, just provide me a list of files. For file 3, just give me a list of files with paths relative to the root. And then another thing I noticed here is that we have all this venv, then init, like all this stuff. So we also somewhere probably have like a lot of things we don't need. So imagine sending this to an LLM. This would be a lot of tokens. So PyCache, we don't need PyCache, and we don't need venv. Also from tree and grep, exclude and venv. I don't know why it needs to recreate the entire file, but I guess it's easier for us this way. Tree. Okay. So let me just copy it. I have no idea what it actually changed, but let's see. Nothing. Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's better. I think it was just a previous code version, so it took a bit of time to do this. But we can see these are the files. We don't have any garbage, like things we don't need, like the env, like bycache, whatever. So now let's see if we can read file. In our case, yeah, let's go with this one. Okay, seems to be good. I will not test write files, but I will test now grep. Grep, what does it do? Pattern, let's say HTML. Okay, seems to work. So this is what I had in mind. So this would be our tools. And now we will use, again, this tools object. And we will add, we will now invoke add tools and just give this entire object there. So now it should scan through all the methods, through all the public methods of this class and generate descriptions of what it has. So we can see that it has functions file 3, grep, read file, run command, and write file. So actually I didn't test write run cmd. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it seems to work. Yeah, let's test it. So now I will. So now we have the tools, and we need to. What we will need to do now? Yeah, we have these classes. So here, what I want to change is this system prompt. So now we need to tell it what we actually expect. So again, I will ask ChatGPT to come up with a prompt. So I'll just do dictate. I am working on a coding agent that creates, modifies Django websites, and I have different tools. I want the agent to be able to use these tools, and in this Django template that the agent will need to modify, we have different files. Like template. I will probably need to actually give it the list of files so it knows it in advance. So I need your help now to prepare me to develop a system prompt for this. So I want you to write me instructions that I will give to my agent to be able to successfully write create a agent application. Okay, I don't know how good it is. I completely improvised right now. But I think it will give us an okay first prompt. Also considering that this is a ChatGPT 5, it should be good, right? But in the meantime, what I will also provide is when I'll go to Django template, I'll do this 3 thing. So I'll edit it slightly because we don't want this bycache, right? And I will also ask it to include. Ooh, wow. And it's still writing. Um, I am amazed. I don't know what it is. Okay, give me output in a code text block that I can just in a code empty text block that I can just copy paste. Also mention this tree structure. And I don't know if versions of Django are important. I also wanted to simplify this, make the prompt simpler because it's so huge, so large. Okay, I'm going to stop it because the formatting is already is broken. So I want to ask it when making code blocks inside MD, use tabs. So then the formatting will not be broken. Yeah, now it's better. So this one, tool usage, we will remove because we will just give it a list of tools. Output format also remove. Done checklist. Okay, yeah, let's see. But it's huge. So tool usage we remove because we set we have our tools. Okay, let's test. So I will just say to do. Looks like you entered to do. Could you please provide more details about what changes or features you'd like to implement on your Django website? Okay, so what I wanted to actually do is I wanted to have the same experience as we had with Django. Oh, sorry, not with Django, with Lovable. So it would just from a single prompt build an application. So what I will do, should I ask ChatGPT? I think I'm becoming lazy. So instead of thinking myself, like what kind of prompt, um, oh, the user, yeah, I'll try to do it myself, and then like if it's just too much text, we will go to ChatGPT to and ask for help. The user will provide you a simple prompt with the project idea that they want to implement, and your task is to use the available tools to do this. First, think of the plan and then execute it. Let's try something like that. I have prepared some prompt too. So right now I'm kind of doing freestyling a little bit. So let's see what's actually helping. Okay, this is better. So right now it came up with a plan. It plan overview step by step. Right now it's actually reading files. So it says, yeah, this is the migrate. Okay, so it is executing on some things right now. So we can see that it's doing what it is doing. What I forgot to tell it that we use Tailwind and awesome font awesome to make it nicer. Did it actually create a test? Yeah, he did not. It just tried to run it. Okay. I mean, it's kind of cool already. Let's see if it actually works. So cd to do, make run. So I don't know, is it running? Okay. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll just put this thing here. Well, honestly, in my experiments, most of the time it works from the first attempt. And ideally, what Lovable would do, it would try to execute the project, it would see an error, and it would auto-correct this error. So in our case, why does it even need to do this? Okay. Now whatever. Let's try. Milk. Oh, X to-do list. I don't know. Are they supposed to be gone? I think what is missing is styles. So I forgot to mention in the task. I will now do stop. We'll do it and I will make another iteration. So I will right now just create CPR Django template to do to. So we will start from scratch. So that's why here I will do it like that. So here I also want to mention that we have styles. Okay, where is it? Your job. Use Tailwind CSS and font for styling and font awesome for icons. Okay, let's try to-do list. Why does it do localization? I think maybe because the prompt is asking about this. Do we? But so most of the work when we are working on agents, on implementing agents, is actually put in the prompt. So the more concrete the prompt is, the better the agent will be. Yeah, you see, new strings are translatable. So actually, we ask it to do it here. File not found. But I wonder why. It should be there. So we don't do any error handling as it seems, but I wonder why it is not found. Templates home. Base. Okay. So it used an incorrect file. So yeah, what I'll do right now is because this toy AI kit does not handle exceptions. This is something I'll need to fix. I'll just take a note. To-do list. And actually, we probably need to start. Oops. No. Stop. So let me just do it one more time. To do two, I'll do CP, recursive, Django template. To-do list. Okay, so hopefully this time it works. Well, I kind of promise you to have a clone of Lovable, but of course you cannot expect like a fully working clone, right? But at least it will give you some ideas of what to do. So if you polish this, I think you can have a reasonably good coding agent at the end. And also remember that I'm not using the best model here. So the model I use is 4o, GPT-4o mini. I think it's hard-coded somewhere. So let me see what it does, what it did. Read file, write file, read file, use URL, summary of changes. Yeah, let's try to run it. To do two, make run. It's the same mistake. Okay, let's see. Another thing. Yeah, I wonder why when I was preparing for this, it was working from the first attempt, but here when I do live demo, it is not working. Okay, what did it actually change? Let me provide information. Did it actually change it? I think this time I did. Does it look better? Milk X to do list. I don't think it actually. It's like it's the same thing. Like it's literally the same code. I'm wondering why. Did I actually do it in the right? It's to do two, right? Interesting. Okay, so let me stop it, and I think we can. What I want to do now. Okay, like with this prompt, probably most of the effort is going to be put in this prompt. So what I want to do now is I want to use the prompt I used before. So this is the prompt I used when preparing the this workshop. So this is the prompt I had. You're a coding agent. Your task is to modify the provided Django deployment according to user instructions. You don't tell the user what to do. So then it gives the overview of the technologies, the file tree. I think it should be the same one, right? I didn't do anything else, so I think the file tree. Just in case, I will copy this one to make sure that it's not different. Because maybe I did something accidentally differently. Content description, and then additional instructions. Make sure you use Tailwind styles for making the results look beautiful. Use pictograms and emojis when possible. Font awesome is available. So yeah, so these are the instructions. They are different. I think ideally we can combine these prompts, or I can just use ChatGPT. Hey, this is the prompt I had. Can you please combine? And actually, this prompt was also written with ChatGPT. Like I iterated on it. So first I wrote a simple prompt like we have here. You're a coding agent, and then I started iterating on this, and then eventually I made it cleaner with ChatGPT. So let me do this. I'll create another Django template. It will be to do 3. So let me put these tools here. So then it's easier to execute this thing from to-do app. Let's see if right now it should be different. So am I using the right prompt? Yeah. So it's making some calls. Okay. So let's us try to see make. Okay, so this looks better. So I was hoping to get something to get to something like this. So X, but where are the X? Milk? Okay, doesn't to-do list. When I click add, I don't see the results. Well, at least I got the styles right. Okay, just execute this. Milk. No, display the results on the in the home page. So probably there is another result, another view somewhere. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. I just execute it. I don't know what's wrong. Templates home. Where can I see the results? It's kind of weird, right? Yeah. I don't see them in the home URL. So this is not what I actually wanted to do. I just wanted it to automatically do these things. Like I don't want to debug it. But I guess the to do 3. Because apparently it adds, it just doesn't display them. No, it doesn't add them. So ideally, I wanted to do all these things automatically, right? So the problem here is it doesn't seem to be able to add these things. Yeah. Okay, it's not funny anymore. So what I'll do is I'll just stop it. Don't want to. I'll just nuke it. So first I'll stop it here. Hey, what? So let me just nuke it to do 3, and I'll create another copy. Funny, when we did it without styles, it just worked, but now Django template to do 3. So this shouldn't work right now. Let me execute this one more time. I need to stop it. All right. To do list. So what is it? It's reading things. Okay. So it came up with a plan. Now it writes two models to use to the template. Okay. Yeah, let's hope it works this time. What? The port is already in use. Yeah, I think the problem from the previous thing might be that it actually ran. I remember seeing in logs that it ran the server. So what I'll do now is I'll ask it the previous thing for bit running run server in CMD. Because I don't want, when the agent is executing run server from the command line, it can hang. I think this is what is happening right now. I don't know why it's writing all these things. Okay, I just need one thing, run CMD. Cool. We'll quickly check it. So I will just restart the kernel. I will do a quick test of this thing. Run CMD, and this will be the command. I don't know if I want to actually throw a permission error. I want to just return. Yeah, how about this? I need to run it one more time. Yes. Save. Right. There is more. Why does it make it so complicated? I don't understand. Okay. So let me try now this. Actually, I think because I reloaded the kernel, if I do make run now, it should work. Yeah. So we can test it right now, but then if something happens, we can just come back and redo. Okay. Because we stopped it, right? So I think what makes sense for us now is to, again, nuke this to do 3 and cpr Django template to do 3. Okay. So let us try it one more time. Probably forgot about some imports. Where are they? What I think I'll end up doing is I will take this prompt and this prompt because this prompt is fairly good, I would say, and I would ask it to combine them. Okay, make no such table. It forgot to do migrations, I guess. No, why though? Okay, because it did run migrations, right? Okay, weird. Awesome styling. All right, milk. X to do list. Well, at least it's working. So I'm satisfied. Could have been better. Actually, you can see here what I had. Like it looks really good. I am not sure why it's different because like everything I implemented was the same. Maybe if I followed these instructions step by step, because the implementation for these tools, wait, where do you have them? These tools, right? So this is slightly different than what ChatGPT came up with. Maybe this could be the reason, maybe something else, I don't know. But it's actually working and I'm satisfied. It worked from the first attempt. What we can also do, let me stop. Let's do something else. Can you write here in the live chat what kind of tool we want to try? And I'll select one of these things. So for now, I'll just do a copy Django template and fun project. And then while there is a bit of delay between when I say and you receive it. So I'll, in the meantime, do some things and then I'll watch the live chat for your ideas. If you don't come up with any ideas, it's also good. I mean, it's also okay. I have some ideas myself. Django template. No ideas? Okay, while you're coming with ideas, what I'll do is Tic Tac. This is how you spell it, right? Anyways, I think it's smart enough to understand. Jarvis clone. What is Jarvis? Jarvis is like Lovable or Cursor or what? So, yeah, that was fast. So let me go to Fun Project, make run. Okay, how do I open it? I need to navigate to Tic Tac Toe. I think also one of the problems is I use a simple model, GPT-4o mini. It's not as good as models with reasoning. Okay. Well, nothing is happening. What did they actually do? It wrote, it added a path and still not showing it. Tomato timer. Oh, that's cool. Let's also try to do a tomato timer after we finish this one. Because I think what GPT-4o Mini is struggling a little is planning, because it forgot to create some things. I think this is from my earlier experiments. Okay, I don't know why it's not working. Okay, let's do one more. Let's try one more thing. I don't want to spend time debugging this, to be honest. To Django template. And what did we have? Tomato timer, right? Tomato. So here I do stop. Tomato. Tomato timer. Ah, right. I see that I might have made a mistake there. Yeah, used a different folder. Okay, let me check. Yeah, I had Django template. You're right. So I think I messed up a little. So that's why now the results that we have right now will probably not work. I need to tomato. Okay, it was a long day, so well, it's working. Cool. Well, I think that will be it for today, because to be honest, I'm a bit tired. I was hoping it would just work. Sometimes it did not, but still, nonetheless, I think it gives you bright ideas. The next step for this would be to actually play with the prompt a little more to make sure it's doing planning correctly. And then also one of the other things you can try is a different model, for example. But I think this is already a good first step. So I like the results. Maybe let me try to actually do a Tic Tac Toe one. If I go to Django template and do make run, it should be Tic Tac Toe, right? Okay. Okay. Um, yeah, let's pretend it works. So I'll stop at that. So all the code, I think it's better if you just follow this workshop that I shared. Again, the link is here. Wait, where is our video? The link is in the description here, workshop material. So what you can do is just follow along these things. this thing, and I'm hoping you will get a decent result, something that will just work from the first attempt. I'll also, after this workshop, revise it a little to see what's wrong. But yeah, so the next steps would be playing with the prompt, and then also perhaps trying other models. So that's it for the day. Then check some other things. So tomorrow I want to have a similar workshop. This is the link where I will show how to use tools like frameworks like Pedantic AI and Agents SDK from OpenAI. So we'll also do something similar. Before that, of course, I'll check, I'll make sure that things work from the first attempt. But that's all for today. So check the links. There is a lot of nice stuff. I'm going to pause sharing my screen. Well, I don't know about you, but I had a lot of fun. I hope it was useful for you. And